Just wanted to make some update here. So I'm here right now as always, but actually okay, let's stop Devin as it gets copyright strikes. But actually I haven't been on this location before, but not far from here. I usually go to those, hiking to those hills, like either there or some of these towards there. But yeah, anyway, so I wanted to say, something about, what's ahead, like my plans and stuff, so it's really quiet here, but it's already, today is cloudy, really cloudy, and it's already 7 p.m. so it's sunset time. But yeah, so I just want to say, like, I'll still, like, I will return back to the city, to Prague, next week, because I have gotta spend time with my family. And but also on the 5th of October I'm going to some trip with my local mental health community. We are going to trip to Moravia, which is another part of this country. It's kind of in the mountains, and I've been there to the same place many times, but it's really nice there. It's also a lot of trips to the nature, which I like, and that's why I moved away from the city to live here, even though it has many problems, because it's an old house and stuff like that, but still it's worth it, because you are just surrounded by hills and forests, so it's just much better than living in a huge city when you have next to no nature, especially in the city center where my apartment is at. So but anyway, so like I always say, I actually every year I think, like, this year is gonna be the last, because I kind of pray that the suffering would end. It's just too much, and I was hoping actually back in 2019, and I always think it's gonna be in winter, because it's like a verse in the Bible, Jesus saying, like, I pray that your flight be not in the winter, and then he says, like, then there shall be great tribulation, and at this time the God will basically do the judgment and take away the evil, or gets rid of the evil, and so I do believe it's going to be in the winter, and the way things are right now in the world and stuff, so I believe it should be this winter, but I'm not saying 100%, but I really hope so, because my suffering is not getting any easier on me. My sickness, is getting worse, but I need to carry on. I don't think I haven't thought about suicide pretty much every day, but I will never do it. It's just the thought of suffering is too much sometimes, that you can't take it anymore. You gotta bite the pain, kind of like suck it up, because this is life, and it's hell. Yes, this life is hell, but the question is, are you a coward to take your own life? Well, I mean, you shouldn't be. Like, look, I had schizophrenia, still have, according to doctors. that is the worst mental illness. So if you think, you know, for normal people, you know, it's just some things are like a mild inconvenience, excuse me. For me, that's like a hellish torture, nightmare, panic attacks, anxiety, and just like freaking out. So this is not a joke. You know what I mean? It's not a joke. You know, the mental illness, especially schizophrenia, bulimia. I don't have bulimia, but that's one of the worst as well. As my friend has that, and he suffers tremendously most of his life. And what kind of a world, you know, do you live where we have to suffer this, but he still has faith in God? Now you know, I still do, but I'm saying if nothing happens within, I'll say, less than 1 year, then I'm not gonna, you know, put my faith in God anymore. It's like I have been like in and out of anger, mad at God, and then like, you know, pleading, please stop my suffering. But I was also one point like, hey, I'm not gonna take it anymore, you know, the suffering, and please just end my life. I'd be like, you know, wishing to die basically. But I was like, and one day I would like I was like walking and I felt like terrible, like 1,000 diseases on me. You know, that's like the panic attack. You feel like you have every disease in the world. It's a real thing. You know, many people, I know some people who have the same thing. So I'm just saying, even at that time, I was saying, okay, like, hey, you know, God, you want to put all this suffering, this panic, fucking diseases, this terrible torture on me, but I will never take my own life, even if the pain is so unbearable. I would never do it, because it's scary, first of all, and the suffering is scary too. So it's like a no way out situation, because you're scared to end it, because I know I've had visions of my death. You know, I've had visions, and it's not pretty. If you take your own life, I've had visions of that, and you're gonna end up in a hell loop, you know, or at least I had those visions a few times actually. So not only once. So if something like that happens more than once, it's confirmed. I think he had it even 3 times, so that's for sure. So taking your own life is not, it's basically the worst idea you can do. And hey, you know, even if you suffer the most, you know, I believe you're gonna get your reward, and that, you know, God is real, and he will, you know, in the end he will send us. And I believe the end is soon. Like, I believe I cannot, you know, if it's getting worse, you know, both like everything, you know, in the world happening, and both my suffering too. It's just, I just have faith that it's gonna be soon. You know, the suffering will end, the evil will end, and all that kind of shit, you know. So that's what I wanted to talk about here. And yeah, after my, you know, trip in October, it's gonna be on for 5 days, you know, to the Moravian Mountains and stuff. And I'll probably return here again, wait for winter here. Here, you know, it's this place usually, I like it here. It's you know, small village, town, countryside. I love this place, and also it's much colder, and it has a lot of snow in the winter. So, but even so, you know, I don't particularly want to stay in this world at all. Actually, I would want to get out right now, but that's why I do believe I and hope it's gonna be soon. You know, the end of suffering. And I pray it's gonna be this winter. Anyway, that's my thoughts. All right, bye. See